Hi, my name is Simon. I'm a cybersecurity engineer and a cybersecurity practitioner. I do a lot of research when it comes to cybersecurity and networking. But today I want to talk about this interesting topic of robotics. Actually, today I'm not having my light source, so whatever I'm using to provide this light is something I just handmade out of a dead bulb. And I connected it. It's being powered via the USB. Uh, since I started getting into robotics, I've made several tools. I've been able to create a Wi-Fi the authenticator. It's a tool that once it connects to your Wi-Fi, once it identifies your Wi-Fi, it can be able to disconnect all people connected onto that, creating a distributed denial of service. It's an attack that overwhelms a source or overwhelms an access point or a router with requests so that any new incoming request cannot be held onto that router. I've been able to create this Chassis motor robotic system that has functioned, and there are videos about it on this channel. I've had several microcontrollers. This is the Pico Pi. I've done several things with it, and today what we are looking at, today we are considering that farmer. So this is a simple project. It's more of a proof of concept, but with the working prototype. If I say a working prototype is whatever I'm presenting out, it's already working, it's giving those results. So with me here, I have a small system, and unfortunately I don't like using the breadboard. So this is called a moisture sensor. This is an OLED, is called 0.96 OLED. This is my favorite microcontroller, it's called the ESP32. So to give just to give a brief of this moisture sensor can be used to sense the levels of water. This OLED screen is just a screen to display. Then this ESP32 is the brain of what we are doing. And so with me here, I have a bowl. This is a bowl of water. So we'll be testing the water levels. And this is a proof of concept. I repeat again. So I've created onto that a system. The reason why most of the times I'm using the ESP32, it's its Wi-Fi capabilities and Bluetooth capabilities, but most of the times I'm leveraging on its Wi-Fi capabilities. So I've created a system that senses the water levels and it's able to display on this screen. It displays that information on this screen, and it uses this sensor to sense that level of water and uses the ESP32. So the ESP32 onto it have encoded a website, local websites that can be able to display what's being displayed onto this screen, this OLED 0.96 OLED. What is being displayed on that can also be displayed here. You can see this website. There's always an issue with brightness. So this is a website. It also shows you the water levels. It disconnected. So the last time I was testing, the water levels were at 100. So let's get into it. So you can see that my system is on right now, and it's just starting. I can see that the OLED 0.96 is telling us that the water level 100. Okay, it starts with 100. It's going back to 0, and this is my water source. Just to make sure these cables are not tightened enough, and I want you to be checking at that screen. So I'll dip this sense in water. I'll start by dipping the first half of the first levels of it. Let me see, use the two levels. Give it time, and it's saying status is dry, and it's showing something there, might be 00. Don't worry about that. Let me immerse it wholly into this water. You can see the levels are rising. It takes some time to start sensing that you see it's running, so it's running fast. It's 30. Let me let this system settle in water deep, like all the levels to be occupied. And you see the levels at 39 it's normal, at 43 is normal, 51, 52. I need to rise up to 100 where it will tell it's wet, meaning the ground is good. And when the ground is normal, still there's no need for you to irrigate unless the ground is totally dry. That's when you can irrigate. So at the lower levels, it prompts you or it tells you to irrigate. This is just part of a system that you can encode several stuffs, maybe several alerts or a water pump in that sense. And I said I had encoded onto that ESP, a website or a local website. That's the ESP. Okay, so it reads, I think I'll have to put my brightness off. So it reads the ESP32 moisture AP. I'll connect onto that. Today I've not added a password onto it. I think there's no much sensitive information being contained there. And now you can see that the level of my phone and that screen are rhyming. They are not connected anywhere. You can see that there's that sync of information or the data is being relayed in real time. The phone has shuts the screen. So I had mastered this. Let me just turn my screen backlight. Okay, I've just changed my screen timeout, my phone screen timeout to 10 minutes, considering that all I want to see is the sync in the information. So let me start by removing this sensor, then I'll immerse it. That's the levels 1. This is up to how many levels it has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 levels, which add up to 100%. You can see that here is 0 and on this screen is 0. So if I insert it, you can see there's that LED bulb that lights. So you give it time. It's now saying it's 3%, 7%. And let me just do a full immersion of it to this point. And let's wait and see. You can see that the levels are increasing. And you can see there's a sync between the phone and the display. If I say the sync is I mean the figures are changing at the same time, or the figures are the same at those points. So let me just fully immerse it. I want it to reach the level 100. Yeah, I can see it's 50. I don't know the reason why it's not getting to 100, but I guess it might be something to do with how I immerse it. You can see it's 0, 42, it rises to 41. This is just a proof of concept. So the thing is, when the water levels were to go beyond 39 or 39 and below, the way it gets dry, this system could supposed to open up a pump, and there are just some components here that were supposed to work in the same. The light I was talking about is this one. I just had to engineer one. You can see, and you can see that my connection, some of those wires are somehow cut into. The wires I went for, I was given male to female, where I needed only female to female. That's why you've seen me cutting those wires to create female to female. Yeah, but that's generally what this system does. And yes,